Hello everyone, welcome to Durrett Steak. Let's get started. There's a lot I want to go over, but let's start off um, with the Bills versus Chiefs game. So as expected, I thought the Chiefs would win, but I did not expect them to win pretty handily. I know the final score only says 2 touchdowns, so 2 possessions worth, but it was a lot. It felt like a lot more than that. Um, and while a lot of people were jumping off the Chiefs bandwagon, since they were not winning impressively throughout the season, I stayed home with it and I was right. So in the future, like for example, next season, if the Chiefs are only winning games by 1 possession every single game, but as long as they're winning, they're going to be just fine. Um, Now for Buffalo, as far as their offseason plans, I mean, a lot of people think they should draft a running back. I mean, you got the top 2 running backs are pretty good. Najee Harris, Alabama, Travis Etienne, Clemson. But I feel like they already have 2 running backs, Singletary and Moss, on rookie contracts still. They're very young. So I'm not sure if they're going to now have to throw in a third one. I draft another one. If they do, then they'll have to trade one of the other ones, which I'm not sure if they get good value for it or not. So I feel like maybe the offensive line could be better as far as run blocking goes, and maybe draft a good offensive tackle who can run block pretty good. Maybe help that. So then the way I would go is I would draft a defensive player who can help stop any of the weapons that the Chiefs have on offense, because that's going to be the ultimate goal going into next season is how do we stop the Chiefs specifically, since you know you can beat everyone else. So I just say take the best available defensive player in the draft. I don't care what position, just do that. Um, and good news for the Bills that I mean Ryan Dable's going to be back as the offensive coordinator next year, so that's going to be good for Josh Allen. So the Bills should be right back in the same position next year. Um, so now let's go. Okay, so now let's go on to the Bucks Packers game. So this game lived up to the hype, and it was pretty remarkable how the game was. There are going to be a lot of things that people point to as the reason why the Packers lost, and they're going to be wrong. The first argument: Matt LaFleur should have not gone. Should have gone for it on 4th and goal versus kicking a field goal. That was stupid. I actually don't mind that call, and here's why. Let's say they go for a 4th and goal and don't get it. They still have to get a stop. Let's say they go for a 4th and goal, get the touchdown, but not the 2-point conversion. They still have to get a stop. Let's say they even tie up. They still have to get a stop because the Bucks got marched down for a winning field goal. So you get the point here. Now, I would have gone for the onside kick after the field goal because it doesn't matter where the Bucks start. It's all about, getting a stop. So if you want to get on LaFleur for not doing the onside kick, then I'm totally 100% there. But as far as just kick the field goal, it's not the worst decision in the world. And that also is partly Aaron Rodgers' fault because on 3rd and goal, he had a running lane. He had a chance to scramble, run for a touchdown, and worst case scenario would have gotten to the most likely 1 yard line, which obviously they would have made it a very easy decision to go for the goal versus still being back in the 9 yard line. So part of that is Aaron Rodgers' fault there. I'm not using all the legs. Second argument: the ref should not call the penalty at the end of the game. Well, how could you not? It was clear hold. I don't like any of the games on penalties, but a hold is a hold. And the flag should have come out earlier than the Count Super Late. I agree with that, but you can make the argument the refs have been letting them play physical games, so why call it now? I agree with that. But the problem is if you could have just avoided that position to begin with, then the refs wouldn't have to caution the game. Third argument: Packers running back Aaron Jones was hurt, so it was hard to run the ball and win without our top running back. Oh, you mean Aaron Jones was 6 carries for 27 yards? Oh, yeah, that's a game changer, all right. Also, the other 2 running backs, Jamal Williams, A.J. Dillon, they did good in their receiving game. Dillon was 1 for 13 on catching, and Williams was 4 of 22, so they both did good in the receiving game. And then that combined, they both chipped in another 40 yards or so. Helped move the chains. Aaron Jones, he was only 4 catches for 7 yards. That's pretty pathetic. So all these So, and also there were injuries to the Bucs, like Whitehead, the safety Whitehead for the Bucs, got dinged up. Tony Brown was a player, so there's no excuses there. Yeah, Aaron Jones hurts somewhat, but it's not the end of the world, especially as the running game was non-existent anyways. Fourth argument: if the Packers quarterback King didn't give up that touchdown before halftime, and then did do that hold it thing, that would have changed the game. Maybe, but you can't rely on one play to help you out. You gotta play better situational defense. Now, here is the reason for why the Packers lost. The Buccaneers forced 2 turnovers and scored 14 points off it. Packers had 3 turnovers, and they only got 6 points off of that. When turnovers happen in the playoffs, you have to capitalize on them in order to win. That's why the Bucs beat the Saints last week, and now they beat the Packers. It's why the Chiefs better not commit a lot or any turnovers to get in the Super Bowl, so they're going to lose that. But give the Bucs defense credit for making Rodgers' life look very hard, and give credit to Brady for doing his thing. They won the only way I said they could win, points off turnovers. So now for the Packers, there's a big thing that they have free agency. So they have Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, both free agents. So do you try to keep both? So you have with A.J. Dillon, you have a 3-headed monster running back. I know LaFleur would love that, but I'm not sure what the running backs are thinking. Because, if they want to go cheap and not overpay for Aaron Jones, then they can let him go. Or if they want to keep Aaron Jones, but they're like, oh, we can't afford Jamal Williams, so we got to let him go. And when Jamal Williams was to be the number one option of the team, like he could be for like the Jets, for example, then that's an option for him. So it'll kind of be interesting to see what happens there. And then as far as the draft goes, the Packers made it apparently clear that they need to upgrade one of their corners because that was pathetic. And then they should get a little bit on line depth because Tampa Bay was caught some fits for the Packers on line. And then what'll be interesting to see is there's a lot of rumors already there, and Rodgers might get traded. I kind of let's wait and see on that. I'm not going to go say, yeah, I kind of agree with those people right now. It wouldn't surprise me with the way how things end up. But if I'm Rodgers, I would stick it out for at least another year, but we'll see how it goes. So I didn't get a chance to talk about this last week, but the Eagles hired some offense coordinator Nick Sirianni as their new head coach. I know they also consider the Patriots offense coordinator Josh McDaniels, but I'm glad they didn't go that route because he's tried to fail as a coach. But honestly, I'd rather have that than Sirianni. The grade I give this hire is an F, and here's why. So from what I heard, he's one of those coaches that just kind of like goes low-key, laid-back. Translation, he's not going to butt heads with the GM or owner. Kind of like how we said Mike McCarthy was a hire for the Cowboys because he won't get the credit taken away from Jerry Jones and his big ego. Also, a report has said that he's not even the best assistant on the Colts staff. Yikes. Also, since he's worked the Colts head coach, a lot of people are thinking that's going to translate to him working well with Carson Wentz, which I don't think it's going to. What's interesting is that you have Ron Rivera in the division, who's also shown he's the coach to beat in this division, in my opinion. Then Joe Judge shows the Giants have on the right track, and then McCarthy, if the Cowboys are all healthy in general, then let's see what he can do. But, with this hire, the Eagles go from, I don't know, maybe the second, third best coach in the division to clearly last best coach in the division automatically. Now, you may be thinking I'm too hard on Sirianni. Here's the thing. If the reports about Carson Wentz are true, that he thinks he's the boss, is his way or the highway, no accountability, etc., it doesn't matter who the coach is. That's an issue that would be very hard to solve, let alone a rookie head coach to do. Now, for people who say that if he doesn't allow Hurts to start Jalen Hurts, Hurts is 1 of 3 as a starter, with was only one against a team that Brees was out and had no film on him whatsoever. And his other 3 losses 2 of them were against non-playoff teams. And one of them was he didn't score enough against a bad Cowboys defense. So, Hurts is interesting, but I'm not sure if he's a full starter. He may just be like a very good backup type of thing. But it's just a mess right now in Philly. And don't be surprised, once again, our Eagles are in last division next year and potentially regretting that hire. So, I had an interesting debate with one of my friends the other day. And it's one of those things where it's like, for me, Super Bowls matter. And they help a quarterback's legacy, in my opinion. So my friend, he's a big Broncos fan and has Elway as the GOAT. Which Elway is in my top 5. He's a good quarterback, but Brady is the GOAT. 6-3 Super Bowls. Montana has 4. Elway has 2. Let's just stop the nonsense there. And Brady's clearly showing it right now why he's the GOAT. But after my top 3, 4, and 5, I would have Manning and Favre, but you can have anyone else for number 5. I wouldn't dispute anything there. It's up to you. But let's imagine if Mahomes wins another Super Bowl. When you then compare him to another QB with the exact amount of Super Bowls, or close to, then the next phase on how you separate it is by talent or team dynamics. So if Mahomes wins a Super Bowl, I immediately move him up all the way to 3rd best of all time. Don't say, look at the coach and talent. Chiefs couldn't get out of the first round with another QB and Alex Smith or any other quarterback. And when Reed was in Philly, he got to a Super Bowl only once, and he had talented quarterbacks and talented teams. He only got a Super Bowl once. So keep that in mind. So that's it for today. Please subscribe to my channel, tell everyone about me. Thank you very much, and y'all have a wonderful day.